Hi folks, we're up here on the top floor. Unfortunately, I've got this little access window out of my office onto the scaffolding, which for certain things is a bit easier. Of course, when we're going up and down and bringing materials up, we use the ladders, but for now, I'm going out this way. What I wanted to do is give you a bit of a look around the roof before we start anything. I've taken a bit of the guttering off at the back, but apart from that, this is the before shot. So I did a pretty terrible job of describing as I walked around, so here's a bit of a voiceover to give you an idea of what we're faced with. The whole stone wall is in dire need of being repointed. You can see it's got cement pointing which has been strapped over the old lime, and we all know what problems that can cause. All of the cast iron work is in need of stripping back, and majority of the stuff on the wall will need to be painted in situ. The roof itself looks great from afar, but I'll talk more about slates later on in the video and what decisions we've made there. The woodwork is where most of the issues are, and that's going to be the first problem to tackle. There's a lot of rot in a lot of places. There's capping, plastic capping, which has been overclad, which has either made things worse because it's just trapped in moisture, or it's just hiding all sorts of issues. We know that there's structural timbers there to replace, as well as just the kind of more superficial stuff like the soffits. The stacks are not pretty either. When you get up close, you see, the gruely sort of nastiness of these things, and the whole lot are going to have to be repointed, and the lead work probably. They've probably been done at some point, but it's just not good. The east wall, however, is all lime mortar still. Hooray! So that's a plus. Moving round to the front where this bay window is, the valleys are fine, but the hips of the bay are just siliconed lead, which is obviously not the route to go. I will be looking to do those with a roll, is it a mop stick type, a traditional hip, a bit like we've got on the lead flat roof at the back. And then the gutters. Well, the gutters I'm going to leave because the gutters, well, I'm not going to leave them, but I'm going to leave describing the challenges there, because that's the next video, which will be out really shortly. And there's a whole little challenge in itself getting the rainwater goods sorted. So as you can see, we've got our work cut out, and hopefully we're going to get this done before winter sets in. The main thing that's going to take time is the repointing. I mean, the roofing is one thing, but starting on this whole wall is quite a big deal, because it's 10-11 meters tall and a lot of work. Hopefully that gives you some idea of what we're dealing with. Of course, I have made a little bit of a start here, but this is kind of pretty much as we're going to start. All the cast iron's going to be restored. Little caveat there that some of it hasn't actually been cast iron, but more on that in the guttering episode. Fascias were going to be replaced. These ones seem really solid still, so if we can restore those and keep them, then that makes sense to do that. And then we'll be moving on to stonework, brickwork, lead work. We've got our work cut out. So I said I would explain where we stand with the slates. From afar, the roof doesn't look too bad, and a lot of people have questioned why I'm even contemplating doing the roof. Well, when you get up close to it, you see the number of slates which are damaged, slipped, missing, or have just started delaminating and going very, very soft. And as soon as we start removing them, because we do need to remove them to put the felt and the batten on, we're going to damage a few as well, probably quite a few. So we'd probably be looking at a huge percentage of reclaimed Welsh slate we're going to have to buy and try and tie in to the roof. So the decision that we've made is to reclaim what we can and use those for a project of our own, possibly even the workshop roof. And then what we don't need, which are still sound, we'll be selling to a local reclamation yard, which will go on to other renovation projects. So that leaves us with the option to pick a really decent quality, this time Spanish, but a really high-end Spanish slate, which is going to then see the house through, hopefully, another 100 years. The problem with putting the old slates back on is, there's a chance that they've already seen maybe over half of their life. They've been on there 120 years, and everything has a lifespan, and slate is great. It's going to outlast most other roof coverings, but there's still a lifespan there, and I think these have done a good job, but I think it's time to retire them. But I don't intend to waste a single slate which has life left in it. That is definitely a luxury, having that option to come in and out there. Safer than the ladder, especially with gear. But I will need to sort out the best way of getting up and down on the roof, and one of the options is, well, for slates, is to hire one of those conveyor belts, but that's quite extravagant, and it doesn't help us for just debris and stuff that I need to take up and down. So I'm looking at the electric winches, especially if there's only one or two of us, then it makes sense to do that rather than a pulley. It's a gin wheel, one of the, you know, standard. I think there's one of those going to be put up anyway. But if we can, the electric one, I think they're £100 on Screwfix. They're probably not the best of the best, but if it's not going to be used day in, day out for years, I think it should be fine. They take 250 or 500 kilo, and they go straight onto the scaffolding, so that should be a good option. Hope you enjoyed that little insight into roof day one. Hopefully this is going to be a fun experience, more fun for you to watch it than me to do it, but it should be good to get tackle this. It kind of covers the whole spectrum of roofing really, because we're looking at the woodwork, the guttering, the slates, the membrane, the ridge tiles, repointing, and the lead work. So hopefully there's something in there which is of interest. If there isn't, the next 8 weeks aren't going to be particularly fun for you, but we'll try and mix things up now and then if I get a chance to do anything but roofing. One last thing I need to do is measure up the original soffits and fascias and the barge boards, and get, you know, take a note of that so I can start looking at timber options. I think I'm going to go with the redwood timber for all of it, chunky, decent, high quality redwood, because at the end of the day that's what's been up there for the last 100 years, and paint is paint, and if you do a good paint job, you know, the wood's only as good as the paint protecting it. So the other options were things like cedar if I was sticking with softwood, but I couldn't get it in the dimensions for the barge board that I needed, and even if I could, I was definitely going to have joins along it, and I'd like to avoid that if I can. We could look at hardwoods, or even a coir, which is like a thermally treated wood, or this other thermally treated woods. Again, limited on sizes with those, and hardwood would be both expensive and potentially unnecessary. Anyway, good quality paint is going to be the answer, I think. I appear to have grown a moustache during today's proceedings. If you're a roofer, fire the information at me. I'm all ears, ready to soak it up. Anything that's going to save time would be a good thing. I've got a roofer helping me with the logistics of it. I've also got another guy, another friend who is a builder, who's going to be giving me a hand on the days where I definitely need two people. But apart from that, I'm going to be on it, grafting myself. I've been working on the gutters and the fascias, but that'll be the next video. So make sure you subscribe to stay tuned to the roofing series, and press the bell symbol, and that will make sure that you don't miss one of these. There'll be many videos coming, so don't miss one. Thank you for watching. Remember, if you can, do it yourself, and we'll see you next time.